Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we're discussing a 2012 piece, limited edition, launched in the 2018 model year. This is the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch Speedy Tuesday 2 Ultraman, a tribute to the 1960s era Speedy Pro 145012 reference, and also the Japanese Ultraman Tokusatsu series in which it featured. We'll talk a bit more about both, but let me just preface this by saying, if you want to know everything about this watch and its extraordinary feature and accessory set, its boxed components, the manuals, the papers, the containers, and the UV activator / strap tool, check out my standalone unboxing video of this watch and its accessories, and you will see absolutely everything. We're going to have to be a bit more focused today. The watch itself is going to be the centerpiece. So this is a standard Moonwatch in most regards. 42 millimeters in diameter in steel. It's 48.2 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. On the NATO strap, which is one of two straps included, it's thicker, measuring 17.3 millimeters thick. If you put it on the calfskin strap, then that goes down to 14.5 millimeters thickness, and it has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. The calfskin strap is the same type of Ultraman black and orange color theme you see here, but NATO's make watches wear larger. They wear thicker. They also wear broader, and you can see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist how this watch fits. So if you want the more tactical look, go like this. If you want a more streamlined look, go with the calfskin. It does come with a strap tool, so you'll have no trouble swapping between them. The watch would fit on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and that's true with or without the calfskin strap. Either one's going to work. You're just going to have a lot more bulk with the NATO. Here's your down the barrel shot. Here's your over the top shot. Taking a look at the strap, it is quite deluxe. Now, it doesn't work like a conventional NATO because there's no gooseneck crimping system to hold it. It has conventional apertures and a conventional pin buckle. That pin buckle, one of several places on the watch where you will find the vintage Omega logo that would have been current to the 1967 watch. Because this is also a Speedy Tuesday tribute, you can see on one of the strap minders, hashtag Speedy Tuesday, a series that's been running since 2012 on Fratello watches, a celebration of the Speedmaster every Tuesday. That's why this watch is a 2012 piece limited edition, and why it is also dubbed Speedy Tuesday 2. Now you can see that it is a very well made NATO, but NATOs are by nature a little bit bulky, so keep that in mind. The watch has a Hesselite crystal, just like the NASA flown equivalent would, and it's basically equivalent to what NASA took into space for decades. Caliber 1861 inside, 42 millimeter Speedy Pro case, Hesselite crystal, which was always selected because though easier to scratch, in space it's also harder to shatter, resulting in fewer fragments and zero gravity should the worst happen. Now, the original watch, featured in the Return of Ultraman, it was worn by the cast, would have featured a step dial, which this has, and a specially shaped and sized orange chronograph seconds hand, which this has. But this also has a lot of other features. It's not a re-edition. It is not an homage watch. It's very much its own thing. The first wrinkle you're going to see is that the actual hand features a black stripe down the center. That is a reference to the uniforms worn by the Monster Attack team, who were the main characters in Return of Ultraman. By the way, Tokusatsu, if you want a mental image of what kind of show or movie that is, imagine Pacific Rim if both the Jaegers and the Kaiju were guys in suits fighting each other. Now you have the idea. So the original would not have featured elements like the orange indices or the orange tachymeter script, would not have featured the orange Speedmaster script, and would not have featured this little 3-minute marker on the chronograph minutes register designed to symbolize the 3 minutes during which Ultraman could attain gigantic size, the better for fighting monsters. Now, you do have another element, well, actually two other Ultraman elements, over at 9 o'clock. One, which you can't see terribly well by day, is the shape of his helmet or his cowl. Now, with the UV applicator, that glows bright orange, but only when the UV is aimed right at it. The other thing you see is a seconds hand on that register, the shape of the Ultraman beta capsule, and in fact, the UV light / strap tool that comes with this watch is also shaped like the beta capsule. The 1957 to early 68 Omega Speedmasters would have featured an applied logo on the dial, so this one has that. On the case back, you can't see a lot of it, but it mentions Speedy Tuesday at the bottom, then limited edition with a edition number at the top. 50 meters water resistant. It's a standard Moonwatch with caliber 1861 inside, so that is a LaMagna base. Manual wind, 48-hour power reserve. It is a cam lateral clutch chrono that's shock resistant to instantaneous impulses of 5000 G. It beats away at 3 hertz. It pivots on 18 joules. And to this day, it remains possibly the most flown mechanical movement in the history of spaceflight, and only recently has Omega adopted the new coaxial chronometer caliber, and only recently has NASA adopted those. So what you see here is representative of about half a century of spaceflight and a loving homage to a quirky piece of Japanese syndicated pop culture. So let's do a quick loom shot so you can see how it looks without the UV. You can imagine a glowing orange helmet at 9 o'clock. That's how it looks with the UV in the dark. Again, I have a standalone unboxing with all the accessories and a full demonstration, so be sure to check that out. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.